Hello everyone, I'm Apurva the Book Hunter and I'm back again with another video. Sorry for the long delay guys. I was really overworked and I did not have time to post a video. But guys, I did finish this mammoth colossal book. Uh, this is actually an assembly of multiple short collection of short stories featuring the detective, the sleuth, Father Brown. It's an assembly of these collection, and this is the complete Father Brown stories written by G.K. Chesterton. So, guys, I hope you know who Father Brown is. He's basically this insignificant-looking priest. He wears black clothes. He has an umbrella. He stomps around the town in this weird hat that is worn only by Roman Catholic priests, and he catches the criminals red-handed when they're least expecting him to do it. That's who Father Brown is, and that's his character. Question is, are these stories good enough? I mean, these are very reputed, of course, critically acclaimed and all that, but are they good enough? That's what I wanted to find out, and that's why I read this book. But guys, this book is actually 790 pages long. It has 52 short stories, and it took me 2 weeks, 2 long weeks to read the whole thing. I had to really pause after reading 5 or 6 stories a day because I didn't want the fun to be spoiled. I didn't want this book to become a monotonous read for me. So that's why I read it really slowly. I would recommend recommend any reader to read large short story collections slowly. That way you don't get bored. So the thing is, guys, after reading these stories, I have to say that I'm really impressed. I really did not expect Father Brown's stories to be that great. So Father Brown is a different kind of a detective than your Hercule Poirot or Sherlock Holmes. He doesn't deduce a lot of things from clues. Yeah, he has this deduction, but he has two other really strong weapons in his arsenal that helps him to catch killers. So what are these weapons? So I hope you have seen TV series like Mindhunter, Hannibal, Criminal Minds, and the common thing about these shows is that the detectives or the investigators, they put themselves in the shoes of the criminals and try to imagine how the criminal would have perpetrated the crime, and that way they get a clue about um, the perpetrator himself or herself. This seems like a very unique idea, but actually, guys, Father Brown is perhaps one of the first detectives or investigators who applied this idea successfully. In fact, sometimes he applied this concept to such perfection that it felt creepy. It was really creepy at times. Um, the stories themselves, they're really short, not more than 20 pages most of the time. And I think I like the collection, The Secret of the Father, that section, The Secret of the Father. Those are the best stories. Um, Father Brown, I was talking about the two main weapons of Father Brown. So the first weapon is obviously his approach towards the crime. He approaches the crime not as a crime itself, but as a behavioral study, that sort of thing. He tries to read the psyche of the criminal, and that way he apprehends the criminal. The second weapon that he has is, well, it's actually logic. He's got this stone cold logic, like one person cannot be at two places at the same time. Therefore, whoever says this must be lying, must be mistaken. That sort of iron logic has helped him, to catch killers with such efficiency. That's what I think. And maybe it's his faith in the God or heavens that perhaps led him to have such strong logic. I don't know. Maybe that's the point. So the thing is that, guys, the stories are really short and they're really good. No question about that. But if you keep reading all 52 stories, if you start reading all 52 stories, um, you know, intend to read all 52 stories in one binge, then you will not be able to do it. In fact, it did feel monotonous at sometimes, but it was less than what I felt after reading a lot of Hercule Poirot or Sherlock Holmes stories. In fact, the flavor of the stories are quite different. It's kind of each story has its own distinct signature. So that way I think this is this is a good uh, point about the stories. So guys, if you really want to read, oh, I forgot to talk about the book itself. It's actually a Wordsworth classic, really cheap, 195 rupees of Indian currency, so pretty cheap. But the problem is, guys, one read, it's a brand new book, and I read it just once and the whole spine is ruined. So and in fact, the pages not too bad themselves, but I think this book will not last a decade. The pasting will come off pretty sooner than that. So if you're really looking to buy some further bound stories, I would recommend you that you buy a hardbound or solidly built edition. That would be a better option. And also, try not to buy the whole thing, the complete stories. Just buy a single collection, get an idea what kind of story it is, whether it suits your reading style or not, and then you buy next uh, buy the next collection if you like it. That's all, really. So guys, overall I'd say it's a very satisfying read. Father Brown is a very unique character. The way he solves crime is pretty unique. Maybe not for everybody, but for most of the readers he would appeal. But it's really recommended, since there are no novels and novellas in this, really recommended that you read a smaller collection. Guys, that's it for today. I'll be back with another video. So this is Approve the Book Hunter signing out. Until then.